Hey there, Jed Coburnus here from jedcoburnus.com, and welcome to Talk Therapy. This is a tool that I use to get past my analytical mind and to just get to know myself. I recommend everybody try it. Just hit record, start talking, see what happens. A lot of times you'll just hit record and you go, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like today is one of them for me. I don't have a clue what I'm going to say, but it's kind of cool. I like it that way. I like the unknown. Actually, I love the unknown. We'll see what happens. So yesterday was funny because I did, by the end of the session, it was, talking about the lottery and could a person, handle it. And I think that sparked some interest as far as like the lottery. But I think one thing that I noticed about myself was the first 5 minutes of this is me just kind of rambling and trying to figure out what I'm going to say or what I want to say or what's going to come out. The second 5 minutes is just, a little bit more in depth, and the last 5 minutes is really the meat and potatoes of what's happening on that day. So, I won't be butthurt if you fast forward it to the last 5 minutes, because that's probably where the real message is. But yeah, it was pretty cool. The winning the lottery, I think a lot of people fantasize about that all the time, but don't really accept it as truth, right? Like, they don't take it in. Well, as soon as you accept it as truth, you can start talking about it. You can start going, okay, well, this is what I did, and this is what I did. People say this is what I'm going to do, but they're not crossing into that river, right? They're not crossing the river of change. They haven't accepted any part of that. And I think that's true for more than just the lottery. It could be like, well, I'm going to get this job, or I'm going to go back to school, and I'm going to change, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to start my own business. So, whatever it is, if you keep saying I'm going to versus starting to think like it's already happened. Now this may sound, crazy and magical and majestic and words that you can't even comprehend yet, but think about it. Think about what you've already done. Like, if you wanted to go, or if you had like a dinner date, right? Or if you had like a lunch date and you didn't really want to go, but you knew you're going to anyway, and you were telling your friend, hey, Sally, I really don't want to go to this lunch. You want to know why? Because you know what's going to happen? Is I'm going to go there, we're going to have meaningless conversation, and then, it's going to be awkward at moments, and then we're going to, get up and leave, and hopefully we'll never do this again, but you just never know. We'll probably plan it again. Okay? So what's going to happen is you're going to go there, you're going to have meaningless conversation, and then it's going to be awkward at moments, and then you'll probably set up another lunch date. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because it happened, right? Like, as soon as you say it, as soon as you use this thing to say it and accept it into your mind, into your body, into your truth, into your soul, then that is when it happens. It's just, and I've done it. Like, this is what I do right here, talk therapy. Like, I say it, and then it happens. So, as far as winning the lottery, I am the lottery, man. Like, I win every day. That's right. I win every day because I get up, and I'm grateful for that. And I think I said that yesterday, and I'm good with it because I'm just reassuring myself, because this is all it is talk therapy, is getting to know myself and reassuring myself that, man, I know what the hell I'm doing. But then really, do I? I don't know. And I love that I don't know. But coming back to the fact that, are we even ready for change? Are we even ready to accept anything as truth, right? So how do we know? How do we know we're ready? Well, there's a few signs that I've learned to look for within myself. It's called threshold, right? So if you know what a threshold is, it's that little thing when you go from, if you have like linoleum or tile floor in the bathroom, and you have carpet or wood or whatever in the hallway, there's a little piece, right? There's a little piece of material in between those two floorings, right? And that's your threshold. So when you hit your threshold for pain, for pleasure, for play, for, everything, as soon as it hurts enough that you're willing to change, willing to do something different, that is when you know you're ready. It's kind of like when you're watching TV and the TV remote goes dead, except now you have like Alexa and all that other shit that you don't need a remote for. But it's kind of like when the remote goes dead and you're watching something and you're like, geez, man, I don't want to watch this anymore, but I don't want to get up either. So you're going to tolerate it until that pain becomes bad enough, and then you get up and change the channel, right? That's how you know you're ready to change. When something is good enough or bad enough, because you could think, oh yeah, okay, this is good, this is really good, but now I want more, right? Like if you love your job so much that you're willing to do 12-hour days for 7 days a week, then you're gonna want more because you enjoy it, right? But not many people realize that that's how it works. Not many realize that with all of that change becomes something that has to be sustainable. Change has to be consistent. You have to determine how much change will work for you. And then the saying, it takes a village, always comes to mind, because your community has to accept what you're doing. And your community can be your family, it can be your spouse, it could be your church, your anybody, right? Like anybody who has external influence on you, that is your community. So once you start going through this river, once you're through this river of change, what happens then? Will you turn back? I hope not. For your sake and for mine, I sure hope not. You know? As soon as you get halfway through, it's like, why not? You're already halfway. But then what's left? Once you're through it, you think there's more rivers? What's on the other side of it? What's on the other side of the river of change? More change. It's always just a question. If you keep asking yourself questions, you'll keep looking for answers. And looking for answers isn't a bad thing. Well, and by the way, I got the vest on today. I just covered it up with a sweatshirt. The vest to chest experiment. It hasn't officially started yet, but it's on. I wear it. I wear it whenever I can. I haven't worn it at work yet because I got to get a little bit of clearance. I'm usually a forgiveness, permission type person. I'll ask for forgiveness instead of permission, but I really, really, really like what I do. So I don't really want to lose that. So I think I'll ask for permission first. Because I think that's pretty important. Asking for permission versus forgiveness. Right, there's where my brain just stopped. Asking for forgiveness versus permission. That kind of brings up some stuff. I'm probably 99% forgiveness. Like, I don't really ask permission to do a lot. Because I just do. Right? I just do it. Why? Just because, like, if I have to give myself permission and I allow an external source to give me permission, then I'm not really living. Yeah, then I'm not really living. I would much rather ask for forgiveness, to be like, hey, I'm sorry, I was just trying to do something good. You know, anything that I do doesn't come from ill will, right? I don't just try to screw something up. I try to fix it. Yesterday, my coworkers called me the fix-it guy, right? Like, I thought that was pretty cool. I try to fix stuff. Whether it's something within my capabilities or not. I go and fix. I go and do. I gotta feel what happens. And then I just keep going. It's a lot of fun. For anybody who just is waiting for the permission to do something or to try something, forget the permission. Just go and try it. Go and do it. Until it's important enough that, you know, like, right, the vest. Gotta bring it up. Gotta be like, hey, can I wear this at work? Is there safety precautions? I'm gonna use my judgment to wear it and not wear it when I'm doing parts of my job, because, like, it may look goofy when I need to look professional, and I get that. But at the same time, there's the integrity of the experiment. Does a person with extra weight get judged? Yes, they do, but not to the maximum capacity of what this vest looks like, because I get to take it off. So would 45 minutes to an hour of like a meeting, if I was leading the meeting, hurt the experiment? I don't think so. I'll ask you, somebody who's watching this, do you think that it would hurt the experiment? I don't know. But don't ask for permission. Give yourself permission to do whatever the hell you want today. To do it. To do something different. Interrupt your current patterns. And live and love. And have fun. That's it. So, as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Stay safe out there. Be blessed.